The thing that you have to remember is dilation and time reversal commute. Okay, that means commutation operation you can perform. Okay, now yeah, so in detail once again we have taken one signal and we perform time scaling to show all the possible cases. X of t, so compressed version by making a equal to 2t, expansion by making t by 2. Now time reversal, a is made -1 simply, -1. If a is -1, then obviously it becomes time reversal. See, now you can compare these two signals. Okay, whether it is time reversal signal or not, these two compare these two signals, is it not? Okay, so if you know that the simple time scaling mapping, obviously you can perform three operations: compression, expansion, and time reversal. Okay, now we look at the case. In some cases we require to use time scaling and time shifting on one signal. Okay, in some signal processing activity we are supposed to perform shifting as well as scaling of the signal. Okay, then that particular signal can be represented like this: at minus b. So what is a is the scaling factor, t is the independent variable, b is the shifting parameter, okay, so we have included time scaling operation as well as time shifting operation. Okay, so here the thing that you have to remember is time scaling and time shifting do not commute. This is more important. These two do not commute. That means these transformations you should be very careful while applying the order. Okay, whether we have applied time scaling first and time shifting then. Okay, so suppose you take that first time shifted the signal x by b, then time scaling the result by a. So first you have to shift the signal by b and then time scaling the result by a. First, suppose if you want to do the time scaling first, then you have to do by time scaling by a and then time shifting the result by b by a. That's the thing you have to remember. Okay, already you have scaled. Okay, so now you want to shift it, the shifting parameter will change. The shifting parameter will not be b, it is not b, shifting parameter is not b, it will be modified to b by a. That's the thing you have to remember if you perform scaling first. So what is the order? The order is first perform shifting, then scaling, or yeah. So what is the order? First perform shifting, this is the step 1, time scaling 2, right? Now we'll see. So a problem is given based on this particular concept. Okay, so take that x of t is given as x of 2t, sorry, x of t is shown to us, this is x of t, which is a triangular pulse. You can see a triangle here, okay, where its value is 0 at the origin, and it is having maximum magnitude say 1 at t equal to 1, and it is 0 at t equal to 0. Similarly, it is having magnitude maximum negative magnitude at t equal to -1, which is -1, and its value is 0 at t equal to -2. Now the thing is we have to perform this particular operation, on the signal x of t. What is that? X of 2t minus 1. So from this equation, what is a? A is 2. Okay, what is b? What is the value of b? B is 1. Good.
1, sir.
Yes, good. So what it is given to us, you have to perform time shifting first, then time scaling. So what we will do first, perform time shifting. So what is time shifting? You have to use b equal to 1, is it not? So take x of t and then perform x of t minus 1. So what happens, this minus 2 onwards it will be shifted. So plus 1 plus 1 means it will start appearing from minus 1 onwards. This particular amplitude will appear at 0. Like this, the signal will shift. Okay, this is t minus x of t minus 1. Then you perform scaling operation, scaling by 2. So what happens is these values are ranging from minus 1 to 3. Okay, then how you can get that? So how you can take that? You know that 2t minus 1. Okay, 2t minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, then 2t equal to 1. 2t equal to 1. Okay, then t equal to 1 by 2.
1 by 2.
So what is the signal you have at t equal to 0 here? That will be shifted to 1 by 2. Okay, are you following? Are you following? Then similarly you can do that. Suppose make 2t minus 1 equal to minus 2. That means now we are interested in about this particular parameter. So what happens? 2t minus 1 equal to minus 2 means it is 2t equal to minus 1. Is it not? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So 2t equal to minus 1. Then what happens? T equal to minus 1 by 2.
1 by 2.
Yes. So now you can see in the new signal, the shifted scaled version of the signal, this particular value is there at t equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay. Now if you want, you can do that 2t minus 1. 2t minus 1 is equal to minus 1. Then what happens? 2t becomes 0. 2t becomes 0, then t also becomes 0. That's why this magnitude minus 1 appears at t equal to 0. Okay, so this how you can represent the different values in the shifted and scaled version of your signal x of t. Now what we will do is first we'll scale the signal and then time shift. So what happens is when you scale the signal by 2 times, this signal which is extended from minus 2 to plus 2 will appear from minus 2 to plus 1. Will appear from minus 1 to plus 1. And now this is time scaling is over. Now you want to shift it. Then you have to shift it by 1 by 2 amount. 1 by 2 amount. So you want q of t minus 1 by 2. So if you want q of t minus 1 by 2, then you have to write what is q there. Q is x of 2t. Then x of 2t, what is t? This entire value is t. This entire value is t. So in the place of x of 2t, to t place, you have to write t minus 1 by 2. So finally it becomes x of 2t minus 1. This is what actually we require, we want. Okay, so this much of exercise you have to do. Okay, if you want to shift the signal after scaling it. Okay, So instead of that, if you do the scaling simply by 1, then the entire thing goes wrong. Okay, so how much amount of time axis you have scaled, that amount you have to use it here in the denominator. Okay, such that you can balance it and you can make that these two operations can be commuted, but actually these two operations cannot be commuted. So the thing that you have to remember simply is first perform time shifting, then time scaling. Is it clear? Any doubts?
Sir, problem.
Hello, hello.
Sir, ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఇంకోసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయరా?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
ఫస్ట్ వన్.
Yeah. So here the x of t given to us is this one, which is extending from -2 to +2. This is x of t. Okay. The question given to us is find x of 2t minus 1. X of 2t minus 1. X of 2t minus 1, it is in the form of, you can see here, x of at minus b. X of at minus b. That means two operations are involved. One is time scaling, the other one is shifting. Okay, so from that equation I can write that the time scaling factor is a, which is equal to 2, and time shifting parameter b is equal to 1. Okay, a equal to 2 and b equal to 1. So now first what we will do, we will time shift the signal x of t. So consider only x of t and shift the signal. So what happens if you shift the signal? Simply what is the value you have at -2 will be shifted, because b is greater than 1, then the signal will be shifted right side. So -2, you have to add +1 for all these time instants. So -2 plus 1 means it appear at -1. So whatever you have the amplitude at -1 will appear at t equal to 0. Okay, and so on. Okay, so the value at 2 will appear at 3. So this is how we have shifted it by 1 unit of time. Is it okay? Is it clear?
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah. Now coming to this aspect of scaling, you can see this signal. Okay, we have to compress this by 2 times. Compress this by 2 times. So the thing is, you can divide, simply you can divide this by 2 and this by 2 simply, in order to get the final instance of time. So what happens is this -1 instant value will be appeared at -1 by 2, and the 3 value will appear at 3 by 2 simply. Okay, so what happens is this whatever the value you have at 0.5 will appear at 0.25. Okay, and whatever the value you have at 1 will appear at 0.5. Now you can see here, this is 0.5, and whatever the value you have at 2, the maximum amplitude, positive amplitude 1, will come at 1. See here, is it not? It is 1. So it is at t equal to 1. So this is how we have performed time shifting and time scaling. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubt? Huh? Hello, somebody raised the doubt. Is the doubt clarified or not?
ఎస్ సార్, ఇట్స్ క్లియర్ సార్.
Okay, so the thing that you have to remember is you have to perform the time shifting